Bex Cassie.
Lara Johnson-Wheeler.
What are you bringing to CIFF?
So SHOWstudio is bringing a selection of its archive of contemporary fashion illustrations. It's all pieces that we've commissioned over the years for various collections coverage, for exhibitions, for projects, and we're displaying them in the gallery space here. We've also got the amazing Fiona Gourlay, one of our illustrators, who's illustrating the booth as well. So she's illustrating all over the walls pieces from this season's couture, and then she's also live illustrating models from CIFF's runway.
Obviously it's a bit of a personal endeavour. It's a highly under-publicised fact that you yourself are an artist. Tell me a little bit about your process. For my own personal work, it's funny, I kind of started down a route that was really, really refined, kind of quite traditional drawings, but I kind of got a bit frustrated with how tense I got with doing that. So I obviously then moved on to monoprint, which I find kind of way more freeing. But it's good for me to have kind of come from that background because it means that I have kind of another level to the insight behind the artworks that they create. The styles at the SHOWstudio Fashion Illustration Gallery are so varied, from sort of the quite abstract works of someone like Lara Mackenzie Lee to perhaps the quite refined details in someone like Laura Lane. So I'm interested, what to you makes a beautiful fashion illustration? To me, it's someone who just kind of sees the most important thing in the collection. It's someone who doesn't necessarily illustrate the whole look, doesn't illustrate it so literally. It's someone who kind of, you can tell, has an emotional response. There's obviously so much conversation about whether fashion is art in itself. How do you straddle the two worlds, and are they two separate worlds? Why not be inspired by art when you're creating fashion? It's so nice to see how fashion illustration has had such a kind of swing, and it used to be just a way of documenting the look and the fashion, but now it's kind of become so important in itself that we're seeing more and more collections where the illustrations is actually inspiring the fashion itself, and people are illustrating on clothes. Obviously Gucci and Unskilled Worker is amazing. What does modern fashion look like to you? For me personally, I'm more interested in the kind of sportswear, kind of bubble up theory thing of it all kind of feeding in from different cultures and things like that. To me, that's more interesting, to see things that are more approachable to where I come from and where everyone who I know comes from, rather than high-end fashion. It's interesting being here at CIFF, but everyone here who's exhibiting and showing, and even the people who are walking around, clearly come from such different backgrounds and different walks of life. What do you think it is about fashion that brings people together? I think it's just the way it can inspire, and I think it's the way that no matter where you come from, no matter what background or interest you have, everyone has an opinion. So I think it's probably just the inspiration of everything that keeps people coming back.